Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the gaming channel, Despwns. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different and make a video about my top 10 favorite video games on the PS2. That said, keep in mind that this is just for the PS2 and not my favorite video games of all time. So if you're wondering why Banjo-Kazooie or like Zelda isn't on this list, that's why. So coming in at number 10 is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, why specifically Pro Skater 4? Like, why not, 3 or 5 or 120? How many Tony Hawk games are there? 1,300? And for me, I just feel like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 in particular was just really amazing for its time. Like, the actual level designs of everything were just really fucking cool. And also, every level got more challenging. Like, at the beginning, it was sort of easy to do missions. And then, like, later in the game, it's like the hardest shit ever. And not only that, but you can actually play as Jango Fett in the game. Like, what? Which is just hilarious to see Jango Fett skateboarding. It's like, what are you doing, dude? And a lot of it, obviously, is probably like the nostalgia of the game because I played it a lot when I was a little kid. But it also had probably one of the best soundtracks of any Pro Skater game that I played. And actually just me playing through it again recently has just really confirmed how good of a game it is for me. Because like even after all of these years and even after, the graphics now are amazing and the ones back then just sucked ass, it still holds up as just a really, really fun game to play. So, and it's a good game. Number 9, Grand Theft Auto Vice City or Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
And I put both of these here in the same number because they're both equally amazing games for me, but just for different reasons. Like, I mostly remember playing Vice City growing up and just my parents really hating that I was playing it because all I would do is run around and cut bitches' heads off with samurai swords and fucking chainsaws. They were just like, oh my god, my son is gonna be a murderer. Good thing I'm not, right? But really, Vice City for me was just my entire childhood. I never got bored playing the game because A, I love 80s music and that's all that's on the radio in that game is just 80s music every fucking station. And then B, the game was just huge for its time. Like there's so many places to go and explore and shoot people. Like I played this game so much that I literally memorized all the cheats in the game and I can still tell you to this day how to summon a tank in the middle of nowhere. Number 8 is Klonoa 2 Lunatia's Veil. And this game is just an amazing, awesome, simplistic yet magical adventure that like literally no one knows about. You basically play as this weird motherfucker with a baseball hat and you and your retarded friend go on an adventure through this like 3D side-scroller type game that is just addicting as fuck. Not to mention the soundtrack of this game will make you shit your ass. Like I've sat for like 10 minutes just listening to the save screen music because it's that good. Like I really can't stress how amazing this game is, even if you kind of imagine in your head that a shitty side-scroller doesn't sound that fun. It's seriously so much fun and the soundtrack will just make your balls wet. That didn't make sense, but you know what? Neither does me in my videos. Number 7 is Kingdom Hearts 2. And Kingdom Hearts is just a franchise that combined everything that we love and made it into a tasty soup of awesomeness. Whether you're like, oh shit, it's Aladdin, or like, oh fuck, it's Hades. Seeing your favorite Disney characters in a game where you can actually interact with them is like meeting a celebrity and going jet skiing with them. Because there's no way that you could have a bad time. I'm just gonna say this, but have you ever seen a sad person on a jet ski?
You ever seen a sad person on a wave runner? Try to frown on a wave runner.
No, the answer is fucking no. So it's the same thing with this game. Like there's just no way you could be sad or mad about anything. Plus you didn't feel like you were watching a movie, you felt like you were altering a movie's story and also interacting with the characters rather than watching them, which is why this game was just so breakthrough. So combine that with the awesome battle system and just how fun this game is, it's really no wonder that this game is considered one of the best video games of all time. Number 6 on the list is Amplitude. And this game is really what I would just consider Guitar Hero 2.0, but for like techno heads like me. And you actually have to switch between all the tracks, like so there's a bass track, a synth track, you have to play the voice, and then you have to switch between all the different tracks in a timely manner or you fail really a lot bad. Super really a lot bad. And it's also made by the same people who made Guitar Hero, so I guess that explains the similarities between the two. But one of the most amazing features of the game is that you can actually remix any of the songs like original composition in an in-game remixer. So you can literally like in the game play different notes so you can can make the song however you want. And I've made some pretty sick remixes of, there's like a Blink-182 song in the game, and then there's like a David Bowie song that I made a cool remix out of. But bottom line is, it's fucking awesome. Like, if you ever, you know, were interested in getting into music, it's a kind of a fun way just to experiment and do different things. Alternatively though, with the remix thing is that you can make shit sound just fucking terrible. Like, I remember a few times Nathan just went in and just was like fucking pressing random notes to try to make it sound as awful as possible, and he definitely succeeded, because holy shit, that sounded bad. Also, you're not like 100% playing techno music, it's just that's the most fun for me, but they also have like artists like Blink-182's in there, fucking Slipknot for some reason, and then for some reason Herbie Hancock. And Nathan and I usually just try to skip over that song because holy shit is it annoying. And also, as a little update, they actually made a new version for it for the PS4, and they have a ton of new music in it and a lot of new features and shit, so it's definitely worth checking out. Number 5, Guitaru Man. This is definitely another one of those games that just completed my childhood. It turned my shitty childhood into a shitty childhood with a smile. But the game is just so silly and so simple, yet at the same time so fucking difficult and ridiculously challenging that it didn't need a backstory to be a great game, but just to make it better. There's a heartwarming story about a virgin who can turn into a guitar god and fuck shit up and fight sharks and demons and black guys in bee costumes. That sounded a lot more ridiculous than I remember, but seriously. In the game, you're this kid named U1. I don't know, it's a Japanese game, who fucking knows. And for some reason, you have a robotic dog that can turn you into a guitar god. Again, I have no fucking idea. So throughout the game, you're like dueling enemies with your guitar and like following note paths with it and hitting notes. It sounds really stupid, but it's really fun. Also, throughout the game, there's a ton of different music styles like J-pop, metal, reggae, drum and bass. Not to mention, you just feel so good about yourself when you complete a level because there's just a seductive lady in the background that says, "You win!" Number 4, Spartan Total Warrior. This game was more fun than any other hack and slash game I've ever played in my life. Not only were you a fucking badass Spartan who just ripped people to shreds with a ton of disgusting weapons that had superpowers, but you were in the history of Rome and Sparta, and you fought guys like Beowulf, Achilles, Ares, the Hydra, Medusa, and you just feel so powerful and adrenaline rush that the simple aspect of the gameplay never got boring.
You all shall burn in the fires of my combat.
Number 3, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Combine two of my favorite things, Star Wars and action adventure shooter games, and this beautiful love child was created. You're beautiful. And almost as if the game was made specifically for me, you can play through as all of my favorite characters in Star Wars. So Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Aayla Secura, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jango Fett, General Grievous, Count Dooku. It's just the best shit ever. Like, being a Jedi in the game is just immensely unfair, but when you are a Jedi for those brief moments in the game, you feel like you could just dip your genitals in fire and not care because of how adrenaline filled you are. Not to mention, the lore of Star Wars is amazing, so when you step into the Clone Wars and you're a part of this war, whether it's for the good guys or the bad guys, it's just an amazing feeling that gives more power and consequence to every action you do in the game.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah, shoot lightning out my fucking hand! Oh yeah! Oh!
That guy is orgasming while he's shooting lightning out of his hands. Yeah, I think so, Jerry. Number 2, the Jak series. Easily one of my favorite video game series of all time. Jak and Daxter was just a beautifully designed, artistically beautiful action-adventure game. Yo, I heard you guys might like... Lightning! Lightning! Fucking lightning! Oh god. You guys really don't like lightning. As one of the first games I ever played, I didn't really understand how insane or dark the storyline of Jak 2 and 3 were until I was like 16. And by then, I'd played through the first Jak like 100 times and I actually cared for the character I was playing. And then the storyline of Jak 2 and 3 just blew my fucking mind. Easily one of the best video game stories and lore of all time. Yes, I did just say that. I went there, but it's so fucking true. And finally, in at number 1 is Final Fantasy XII. A pretty unpopular choice, but Final Fantasy XII is is just my favorite video game on the PS2 of all time. The entire series already needs no introduction, but most people will say that 10 and 10-2 were the best. But I just found that 12 was just so refreshing, and again, there's the insane nostalgia factor of this game for me. But more importantly, it's just that everything in this game was just incredible. The strategy aspect, the story, the animation and cutscenes, the gameplay, soundtrack, the characters. It is all just my favorite and definitely my personal favorite game on the PS2.
I hope you haven't forgotten my role in this little story. I'm the leading man. You know what they say about the leading man? He never dies.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you felt like there's maybe some games that I didn't mention that should have been on this list, just know that this was a very, very hard list to make because there's a lot of awesome PS2 games out there. But I did include some extras in the description down below, so make sure you check out those as well. Also, if you enjoyed this top 10 video, make sure to leave a comment down below just of some other gaming top 10s you'd want to see, and I'll check those out. That being said, I love you all, and I will see you next time.